Hi, today I'll be making some tri-tip beef skewers on the SmokeFire. I just got these from Costco, and I'll be also making a vegetarian fire roasted zucchini and yogurt salad. The salad is very South Mediterranean, Middle Eastern flavor, and these will be Middle Eastern theme, but the spices will be very American. Okay, so I start by first cutting the front and back of the zucchini. These are the Mexican zucchini. You can find them everywhere now, including Costco. And these are the ones that we actually have in the Middle East, at least most of the Middle East. I'm gonna cut them in half. I'm gonna roast them, throw them on the SmokeFire, which is right now already preheated at 450 degrees. I'm gonna roast them until they're really tender, and you can see some burnt ends on them. That's the idea. I'll show you that as I throw them on the grill. Okay, so the grill, the target is at 450. It's overshooting the temperature right now. It's showing 500. I'm gonna put these there, and I'm gonna put them on the top because I don't want them to actually grill. I want them to be roasted. So I'll put them here. It's a very nice wide space, which is very useful in this case. By the way, I will not be using all of these zucchini for this salad, but you know, when I run the whole roasting process, I like to roast more than what I need, and it freezes really well. We don't actually use the skin. I will show you how I get the pulp of the zucchini off the skins once they're completely roasted. I really like the space of this one. Okay, what I have here again is USDA Choice tri-tip. It has nice marbling. I'm gonna cut them into small pieces, and these might seem too small, but this is how actually I'm used to doing them, and that's the traditional part. This is really a piece of skin. It's not fat, so I'm gonna exclude it. So you can see, if I have to explain this, it's almost a cube inch, 1 by 1 by 1, roughly, of course. I'm gonna cut all of this meat, then time to put them on the skewer. Okay, I'm gonna add the seasoning right now. I'm gonna start with some olive oil. You can see that it's actually a very liberal amount. Don't worry about fat, it will not really stick on it. We're grilling it, so what the heck, who cares? I'll put how much I need. And then I'm gonna add some Montreal seasoning. This is not authentic by any means, the spices. Back home they will use some allspice and other cinnamon, maybe some cloves and anything, but I really love the Montreal seasoning with the beef. I'm gonna mix these together, get the olive oil and the spices everywhere. You might think I put too much. I did not really put too much. What I have here is about 8 pounds of beef, maybe 8 something actually, so it's the bare minimum you need. I don't need to allow these to marinate or anything. I'm just trying to get a nice coat of olive oil and the Montreal seasoning. I'm gonna start putting them on the skewers right now. I like to use the long skewers. These are 14 inches and they're about maybe 1/4 inch. I don't like the very thin ones or the circular ones because the piece of meat will start rotating. This one, as you can see, it sits very steady on the skewer. This piece is very thin, so I will just make it double. When you cut the meat this thin, you can afford to cook it really fast, and you can even get it all the way to well done if that's how you like it, and still keep it juicy. And that's a very nice thing about cooking in very small pieces. What I have here is maybe 6 ounces of meat, so it's a very nice amount of meat here. I'm gonna keep doing all of these, and when it's time to grill, as I said, you can grill all of these in 5 minutes or less, so you can put these in the fridge. That's what I'm planning to do now, putting them on the fridge, and when my guests are here, I'll just throw them on the grill. Okay, so I'm checking again on my zucchini. The ones that were on the right side, you can see they're completely done. So what I had to do was move the ones that were on the left side to the right side, and you can still see a little bit more flame on the right side than the left side, which explains what's happening. These were some thick pieces, so I decided to put them all the way down to the top, to the bottom. Now I'm going to take them back up. I think these ones will need about another 5 minutes or so and we'll be done. In the meanwhile, the skewers are all done. They came up maybe to 25 or 26 skewers, so you do the math. Basically, everyone is between 5 to 6 ounces. So if you figure out 2 skewers per person, I have here enough for maybe 12 people or so. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm still roasting at 450. It's going up and down between 420 up to 450. Now it's 415, but I'm opening the door, so every time I open the door it does that. I've been checking on them all the time. These look completely done to me. I'll just take them off the grill and I'll go inside and start working on my salad, and I'll show you how it goes from there. Okay, so this is the zucchini that I just roasted, and look what I do. I bring my knife and I do this. I don't go too hard. I don't want to get the skin. All the flavor is right here. I'm gonna take all of this and save it. Okay, this is the last one. Just make sure that when you do this, get everything all the way down. Most of the flavor actually is in the zucchini that is right next to the skin that was roasted. You can see here that the color is beautiful, and the taste, you can definitely smell the roasting, the fire roasting flavor in this. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna just run my knife through it. The idea is to make this something like a mash. I don't want people to feel the texture of it. It should be very mushy, and it is. I'll just keep running my knife through it until it's completely like a mash. So I'm mashing it with my knife, and I'll just put this in a bowl and save it for the rest of the salad. Okay, I just washed my vegetables. I have here 5 tomatoes. If you can find the ripe on the vine variety, that will be great. If you can't, use what you find. I have 1 English cucumber. I definitely prefer to use the English cucumber as opposed to the regular ones, just because these ones I don't have to peel them, and I prefer their flavor. They're very close to the variety that we have back in the Middle East. And I have some fresh mint. I'll be cutting these, chopping them off and putting them in a bowl, and then I'll assemble my salad. Okay, so look how I cut this cucumber. I like to get 3 slices from every half cucumber. I do this, and now all I have to do is do this. This might look too fine for you, but actually this is the best size. This way every bite will have everything in it. I'll finish chopping this cucumber and then I'll get to the tomatoes. Okay, so you can see this cucumber, it's very fine. I would say it's maybe less than 1/4 inch, more like 1/8 of an inch. I'll do the tomatoes in a similar fashion. Make sure your knife is very sharp, otherwise you'll be just squeezing the tomatoes instead of chopping them fine. I'll finish the tomatoes and we'll continue. Okay, what I have here are some fresh mint leaves. I'm gonna chop them as fine as I can without bruising them too bad. If you cannot find the fresh mint, use dried mint leaves. But you know what, the truth is, fresh mint makes a huge difference in the taste. So if you can find fresh mint, it makes a huge difference. That's good enough. I can put now all of this on the tomatoes and the cucumbers. And I'm gonna now put my roasted zucchini. You will notice that it has some water with it. I will save that water because that has all that fire roasting flavor. I have here about 1 cup of the mashed roasted zucchini and the tomatoes and the cucumber. And now to the binder that will assemble this salad together. And this can be actually thought of as a salad or as a dip. Let's assemble it. So it's time now to assemble the salad finally. What I'm gonna be using here is plain whole yogurt. Make sure you use the plain. Any flavored yogurt will not work at all with this one. I'm gonna use some tahini sauce. Tahini is just sesame paste. Think about it the same way peanut butter is made out of peanuts. Tahini is made out of sesame. It used to be hard to find here, but now actually you can find it everywhere, even at Walmart. I'm gonna be using some ground cumin and salt. Okay, I'll be putting some yogurt in. Honestly, I don't really measure it, but I'm gonna estimate that I'm putting maybe 3 cups. This whole thing here is what? Is about maybe a little bit less than 2 quarters. So maybe this is 4 cups really of plain yogurt. I'm gonna put these 4 cups. I shake the tahini sauce really well, always shake it because it will separate. And I'm gonna add about maybe 1/3 to 1/2 cup of tahini. I forgot to mention that I also put some fresh garlic. I'm gonna put 3 cloves of fresh garlic, and they're mashed so that the flavor goes everywhere. I'm gonna put another one. This flavor of garlic with tahini, with yogurt, is very authentic flavor actually. It's used in many dishes. For example, when you think about hummus, it has this tahini sauce with garlic, fresh garlic. This is a very potent mixture. I will also be adding some salt. I also don't measure it. This is about maybe a teaspoon of salt. You can adjust that to how you like it. I'm gonna put also about a teaspoon or so of cumin. Don't think it's too much. It's actually very nice. All I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna mix everything I put here and we'll give that a taste. The salad is ready now. I'm just gonna garnish it with some fresh mint leaves, and typically we just drizzle some olive oil, not too much. This is part decoration, part flavor, and this can be used either as a salad on the side, like the way we will be using it today with our beef skewers, or it can be used as a dip. This is a completely vegetarian salad, but you can taste the roasted zucchini in it without actually seeing it, which is kind of nice. You can challenge your guests to guess the mysterious ingredient here. So I preheated my SmokeFire to 600 degrees. I'm gonna start putting those skewers right on the grill while I'm keeping it 600. I see very nice flame which is great. You can see that the meat is sizzling. I hope you can see it. I know you cannot smell it, but it smells amazing. I'm gonna finish putting these on and we'll see what will happen. I'm trying to use every square inch of the grill. I know that the left side might not be as hot, but let's see. I see some flare-ups, but that's great. This flare-up will give the meat its flavor. It has been on for 2 minutes. I'm gonna start flipping them over. The heat on the right side is definitely higher than the heat on the left side. I see some heat, some grill marks on the ones on the left, but there's nothing like the ones on the right side. I'm gonna have to flip them over. I flip them and move the right to the left and left to the right, or maybe I can utilize my upper shelf. So the skewers that were on the left, I moved them to the right, and I put the ones that were on the right on the upper shelf. So this is how my grill looks like right now. Actually, it's not too bad because I have a lot of space. I can utilize that space efficiently. But as far as evenness, the right side is definitely hotter than the left side. I really like the way this flame, it's definitely flame kissed meat, but still controllable. Because the left side is cooler, I can utilize the upper shelf on the left side to finish cooking the meat away from the flame, but I'm excited. I think this will be really great skewers. These will be very great skewers. I have just taken off all the skewers, and the way we serve this is I will just put a skewer or two next to on this, and this is how we serve this dish. Usually you serve it with some pita bread or pita chips or tortilla. All of these will work. I cooked these to medium well, but you can cook it to your liking. Thank you for watching and keep with us for future videos.